Hey, how's it going, guys? It's me, your Death01 here, back with another video. This time I'm going to be showing you how to make 4 simple working fridges in Minecraft. These all require some form of activation, so like a pressure plate, a button. You can even use a lever if you want. I don't know why you would, though. And then they also require, depending on how you want to build it, iron blocks or maybe quartz, because quartz looks pretty smooth. I prefer iron blocks for fridges, same with having an iron door on them just to make it look more like a fridge. And then also you need a dispenser, and for 2 of these you will need redstone. But yeah, this is kind of like an update to my original video, because that one was, that was when the game first came out on Minecraft for Xbox 360, and there was almost nothing in the game, and that was it was really a terrible tutorial. It was just awful. So I figured I'd make an updated one. So we'll start from the left and work our way to the right. So this very first one on the left here, as you can see, I got the iron door, iron blocks. It's got the iron trapdoor on top, and it's got a pressure plate. Now, you're probably wondering, how is this pressure plate going to activate the dispenser? Well, this first one is, you use the pressure plate, and the dispenser, as you can see, is hidden underneath the floor. Now, this one, all it requires is, and I'll show you guys how to build it. This one requires, obviously, the pressure plate, the dispenser, and this one also requires redstone. Because if you were to normally have a pressure plate that far away, it will not activate the dispenser. That is where the redstone comes into play. The redstone, that is going to be what activates the dispenser. So I'll just break these blocks to the side here so you can see. You do need a full block that the pressure plate is on. If you have a half block, it will not work. And all you need to do is have the redstone underneath the block. As you can see there, the power is going to run through the block into the redstone, and then you're going to run the redstone over up until the dispenser right here. As you can see, you can have half blocks or full blocks. The food will still dispense up out of it, and it doesn't matter if you have it face forward or up, but don't face it to the left or right or backwards unless you want to have it dispense out the side, for whatever reason you want to do that for. So that's the first one. Very simple build. As you can see, all it requires is having a full block. As you can see, you can use 2 half slabs as well, or 2 slabs. They're obviously half blocks if they're slabs. And then you got to have the pressure plate. The pressure plate will only open the door if you don't have the redstone. As you can see, I'll show you right here. So if you get rid of that redstone trail, fucking trial. As you can see, it only opens the door, so that's why you need the redstone to fully complete the circuit. And that is going to be what gets you your food. Now, obviously, you're going to want to have some way to access the food in this dispenser. Personally, I would either suggest having, having a trapdoor right beside it, kind of like one you'll see that I've also done just in a second here when I get to it. And then having, slabs over top of it to make like a countertop. Like that, so that you can always access the food. But that looks kind of ugly and stupid unless you do it for the entire backing. Then it will look, it'll just all blend in. So yeah, that's the first one. As you can see, again, it's got the redstone. Now the second one over here, this is just having the pressure plate right in front of the fridge. We'll call it the fridge. And the way this one works is the pressure plate is put right in front of it, and the dispenser is obviously hidden underneath. So when you step on it, the pressure plate is going to activate the dispenser, and that's going to bring out your food. We'll just make a spot in my inventory real quick. So we got the cooked mutton here. So every time you step on it, it is going to activate and dispense your food again. The way to get to this one, as you can see, I just have the trapdoor here, but you can get to it in a number of ways. You can have like a cellar out the back of your house behind your fridge that you can access from there, or maybe have it in your basement, which I'll show you how to do in a second as well. So this one, again, is very simple, just a pressure plate. You can even have a button maybe on the actual fridge itself. Let's try that. Yeah, you can even have a button directly on the fridge if you want, you know. Maybe if you want that to look like your fridge, I wouldn't. That looks kind of stupid in my opinion, but yeah, you can have buttons on there as well that will activate it. Not the top though. The top won't do anything except for open that trap door that I have set on top. So you can have a button on there as well, or you can also have the pressure plate. So whichever your choice is, you can do that. Now for this third one right here, this is like the traditional one. This is like the original one I did in my very first Minecraft working fridge tutorial, which was made in like 2014 or whatever it was, 2013. It was really old. It might even be 2012. I really don't know. I'll link it at the end of this video so you can go watch it and laugh. You can compare the difference between the voice and everything too, if you want, you know. But yeah, so this one is very similar to before, except you don't have this huge redstone trail, or you don't have this huge redstone trail running all out your house and looking stupid. This one just uses the button. You have the dispenser on the bottom block there. So when you when you hit the button, or yeah, maybe even the pressure plate will work beside the fridge. When you hit the button, it'll dispense the food, and you will see the dispenser. So that's also one way to, so you know, you can actually access the dispenser from opening the fridge. You don't have to actually have any kind of secret compartments. This one is just, you know, for if you're really quick and maybe you don't have enough iron to make a second iron block or something, you know, you can just hit it, the food will dispense like that. And then again, to reach the fridge, you can obviously still see it there, so you can just, you know, get the food out and put whatever back in that you don't need, or maybe restock it just from hitting the button. So the button will open the door and also dispense the food, but the downside is the dispenser is, you know, visible. So if you don't want it to look stupid and have the dispenser visible, then I'd suggest not doing this one. So again, we've had the 3 so far, and now this final one, this is using a separate door, but it'll also, you can't see the dispenser. You can use, you know, any kind of door you want, because the button is, or the pressure plate or whatever you're using to open it is going to open it. So this one is just using a birchwood door for whatever reason. But yeah, so this one, it also, you can use a button or a lever if you want, maybe a pressure plate too if you want it as well. You know, kind of like this one, you can have it on the side. I'd personally probably have a button. That would probably be best. And this one works the same as this one over here. It uses redstone to operate the dispenser, and the button itself is going to be what activates the door. So as you can see, when we hit the button there, it's going to dispense the food. I don't have an open slot in my hotbar, so you didn't see it, but as you can see, when I hit it again, the food does come out. And the way this one works is, I will show you in a second. Well, I'll show you right now, actually. As you can see, all that happens is you have the full block with the button or the lever, whatever you want to have. And then you have the redstone directly underneath it, and then you have the dispenser right beside the redstone. So when you hit the button, energizes the redstone, which energizes the dispenser, also opens the door, the food comes out. Now, the downside for this one is you have to have some other way to get to the dispenser, and that is why you have this little, I guess, kind of cellar. You can make like a wine cellar down here, you know, make it look a little stylish, have trapdoors as your doors, because they also act as a floor. And so the way to get to this one, you know, you just make a little wine cellar, or just put it in your basement somewhere where no one's ever going to go to look, and then have, you know, like some sort of trapdoor or something, maybe to block people from opening it and stealing all your food if they do find it. And then just put a lever down or a button or something somewhere, and then, you know, you can access it from the basement or your cellar or whatever you're making. But yeah, those are you know, four different types of working fridges you can do in Minecraft here. So again, this one, pressure plate, you have the redstone running underneath it to activate the dispenser, and the pressure plate itself opens up the door, and you can have a trap door to activate, or to get to the dispenser, or you can have it, you know, from your basement. This one, the button activates, it's just a button, there's no door. So this button just activates the dispenser that's underneath it, or you can have a pressure plate right in front. Again, it's going to do the same thing. It's going to activate the dispenser, and there's no door in this one. This third one just has the button to the side of it, and the dispenser's in line with the button. So when you activate it, it opens the door and activates the dispenser. And then this final one The dispenser is underneath, but the button is beside, so the button activates the door, and then you have redstone underneath the button to activate the dispenser. And again, this one, you got to have some sort of other access to get to the dispenser, or you can even have on the other side of your fridge, you can just put a little, top there, countertop. I couldn't think of the word. And then just have a, a trapdoor or something right there to access it. That will work as well. However you want to do it, again, it's completely up to you. These are just 4 ideas. You can change them, adapt them, use them however you want. So thanks for watching, guys. Make sure to like, favorite, share, and subscribe if you did enjoy. Please check out my friends' channels. The links will always be in the description below. Keep it real, guys, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.